Hey guys, welcome in to the Sportscast here with your hosts Brian, Jeff, and Steven. No Craig tonight. Steven, thanks for joining the show again, my man. Appreciate your time.
I was told I had to, or I was gonna get beat.
Yeah,
I'm being held against my
pretty
will.
much. Help me, help me. All right, guys. Well, Jeff, how you been, bud?
Pretty good. Been pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, guys. Well, excited to talk about the division round games, and we'll go ahead and pick the games coming up this weekend on Sunday, and then we'll talk about the coaching hires so far and get into it from there. So, um, sorry, I was trying to do the Facebook, but it's still not working for some reason. Um,
Multi-billion-dollar company doesn't work.
I don't know what it is, man. It used to work. I can't get it to where everyone can see it now. I don't know why it's changed. It's just I don't know. It is what it is. Anyways, well, it is what it is. All right, let's get into these games last week. We had some fantastic games last weekend. I've been impressed with the overall quality of the playoffs this season. So I think we've been for a really good treat this season so far, and hopefully that continues. Um, I want to say the best game for last, but I guess I'll go first since it was the first one of the weekend. Bills and Broncos. This game was an instant classic. I don't know if you guys thought about that, like that as well, but this game was insane. We had turnovers, we had insane catches,
Questionable calls.
we had great refereeing, we had overtime,
Okay.
and we had another Josh Allen choke job all in one game. So I got on here after that game, um, and I gave my opinion about the refs and the questionable calls, and all that stuff. I want to hear from what you guys think. Jeff, you're the Broncos fan. We'll start with you. What'd you think about the game and these questionable calls? If you feel that way or what have you.
We've had games like throughout the season that we were just constantly penalized. So this game fairly was pretty clean. You're going to get calls. You're going to get no calls. It is kind of the name of the game. I think people really are focused on the interception, but are not focused on the safety that was supposed to happen before that interception. That could have been called. It wasn't. I've heard players say that based off of what people have said multiple times in terms of an NFL move, there are some players you have defensive players that'll sit there and tell you it was a catch or not. It was an interception. You have offensive players that sit there and tell you, oh, I don't know. I think the battle goes to the wide receiver. So this is a 50-50 thing. Ultimately, what does it do? I don't know. Does it change the game? Does that mean that they win? Maybe. Again, there were multiple instances in the game where Josh Allen basically put his team in harm's way. You take away the drop pass earlier in the game that Bo Nix threw, that was a clear touchdown. There were people even having the argument was that a catch? If we're going to go down this road of, football moves and whatever, like it's a strange thing. But even that particular instance where he dropped the ball, if he didn't drop the ball, it's a touchdown. Are we even having this conversation at this point? Probably not. So, it is what it is. We've seen this go our team's way. We've seen it go against our team. So it's, if it was the other way around and it's the Bills. And I think the problem right now is that the reason why there's so much discourse is because Josh Allen's the anti-Mahomes. I'm pretty sure that's that's been the indication based off of the way that NFL fans have been wanting him to win so badly because it's the anti-Mahomes. It's the guy that everybody can't stand Mahomes. That's the guy to root for. And he had a bad game. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like it did not look good on his end. And we can go down the laundry list of mistakes that were made in that game as well. So needless to say, I think that on the camp of this is the anti-Mahomes, he's our guy, he's the anti-hero of the NFL, just the, upset because it was again taken away from Josh Allen. But it could have been said the same way with the Broncos on a few occasions where the game was kind of taken away. I don't know how many times Benito has to be choked out on the edge, but for whatever reason, that was happening. And Brian knows a little bit about that with Micah Parsons. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. They weren't calling it, whatever, and Benito dealt with it the whole game. So
I made my voices pretty clear about this. And I can't stand when people just come out, ref screwed him. Well, you got to look at the whole game. Josh Allen had 5. The team had 5 turnovers. Josh Allen had 2. The one of the biggest boneheaded plays I've ever seen him make was right after the Broncos scored, right before half, with like 20 seconds on the clock. Josh Allen, and I talked about it on the podcast last week, and I called it. I said Josh Allen's going to try to be superhuman, and he's going to cost this team the game. What does he do? He runs out there. He's got the ball one-armed. He gets it hit. It looks like he almost throws the ball backwards. Broncos scoop it up. That gives him 3 points. They scored 10 points within 28 seconds of himself. Just too many penalties, man. Not too many penalties, too many turnovers. Sorry. I think when it comes down to the catch or interception, by the way the ruling is, I believe there's 2 different parts to this, okay? In my opinion. The way the rule book is, if the player is going to the ground when he catches the ball, he has to survive the ground. And to me, Coleman didn't survive the ground whatsoever. Or not Coleman, Cooks, sorry. Cooks did not survive the ground. But secondly, to take that part out of it, secondly, the refs made a bang-bang call on a bang-bang play. Right? It happened so fast, they said, looks like an interception. They reviewed it. Now, they didn't give as much time as they should have, probably. I will argue that. They did not give as much time. But either they said it was an interception or they made up their mind and said there's not enough evidence to overturn this. And you have to have 100% evidence before you overturn it. So if they called it a catch, it would have been a catch for the Bills. Bills would kick a field goal. They're on to the next round. They called an interception. The call played as called on the field because there's not enough evidence to overturn it. And a lot of people, I think, are forgetting that. And a lot of people, as soon as he has the ball, and his knee hits the ground, it's over. It's not over. The rule says he has to survive the ground. And when he hits the ground, the defender had more control of the ball and 2 hands on it than he did. And I think it was called correctly by the ruling of the rule book. So I do think it was the right call. As far as the pass interferences go in overtime, the first one was ticky-tack, but then you have a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty, which still gets him pretty far down there. And that's the one that was at the very end to set him right there at like the 5-yard line. That was clear pass interference. He gets there early, swipes his arm,
never turned around
before the ball gets there. He's not. So when I had to get on there and make that video because people were so hell-bent on the Bills that got screwed. They had plenty of opportunity. This is a game they should have won, Jeff. And I say that because their running back played. The running back had 117 yards. Bo Nix was the leading rusher for the Denver Broncos with 29 yards. Your rush game was non-existent. The Bills should have won, and they choked it. And Josh Allen choked it, in my opinion. And I don't have any sympathy for the Buffalo Bills. Steven, what do you say about that, sir?
So I had Buffalo winning this and stuff like that. I respect Josh Allen a lot, and I do agree that he pretty much lost in the game with the two turnovers that he did himself and stuff like that. However, the interception and catch, the exact same thing happens the next game, and they call it a catch. I just want
Completely different
consistency.
play.
It was not. He was falling down to the ground when Adams was falling down the ground. It pulled it out, and that was
But
it was not considered.
he caught the ball when he
It's the
had
same
2
thing.
feet on the ground. They weren't in the air.
Oh, it
Broncos
doesn't-
guy was in the air coming down to the ground. Adams caught the ball, made 3 steps, and was
He
being
didn't take
tackled.
3 steps. He like turned and was going to his knee.
He was
Being
he was
tackled at the
being
same time.
tackled.
Anyway,
not the
it's
same play.
pretty much the exact same play. I just want consistency. That's all I'm asking for in the NFL. A catch is a catch. Call it what it is. If it's not a catch, then that's great. Like Jeff was saying, like, was that a catch in the end zone for the Broncos? Who knows? It's hard to tell what a catch is anymore in the NFL. It seems like it changes game by game by game, and it changes with whoever the referee is, and that's bullshit. They shouldn't be like that. But I will not say that the Bills lost the game because of that.
No.
The Bills lost the game because
Yeah.
they gave it away. 100%.
We can at least we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Like for the fans
Well-
are just like, well, the ref screwed us. We would have won if you didn't turn the ball over 5 times.
That's
And that-
exactly it right there.
You look at Josh Allen at the end of the game. Was he going, man, these damn refs? No, he said he's crying. I let my teammates down.
I let my team down. That's right.
Also, like, I think we're also negating the fact that Bo Nix pretty much supplanted himself as the starting quarterback, franchise quarterback for the Broncos in this game. I know that first, a lot of people were like, well, wasn't Broncos fan base all over him? Well, kind of, but they wanted to see him do that kind of thing, right? That kind of moment, that kind of big thing in a playoff game against a huge opponent, that kind of deal. We went to the playoffs last year. We got destroyed by the Bills, mostly in the second half. And then this was the one time where it was like, if you're going to be in the category of that and you want the fan base to take you seriously, you got to do it here. Like, we've seen it all year and everything, but I think in the moment there was kind of a big deal. And my only thing is when people just stick there and basically boil this game down to an interception or not an interception, kind of does a disservice to how great not only that game was, but how great Bo Nix was in the moments that they needed him to be great. And so we break down the run game. Broncos did not have good run game. I will sit there and then state that RJ Harvey, when needed, he did step up. He bounced off a guy.
He made that nice play, yeah.
I mean, he made some plays that were kind of like, wow, okay. And some of that has to do with the fact that we were on, everything that could go wrong for the Broncos offensively pretty much did. We had no run game. We lost our second string center literally in the first quarter, I think, or like right going into the second quarter out, where we were on our third string at that point. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. Then you top it off with literally the first play, the first drive, Bo Nix loses his wide receiver.
Yeah.
Threw him 3 times. Pat Bryant, concussion. That's his second one this year. So I'm like, well, he's out. And then all of a sudden, 3 plays later, Troy Franklin gone. That's another Bo Nix staple that you could, if you could just tie his hands behind his back. That is basically what happened. And the Broncos still found ways to win in this. And he still found ways to get not only random people, a lineman, a touchdown. It was just like
Big man touchdown, man.
just incredible. It was incredible. And the fact that you just kept stacking the chips against them and they still kept coming back and doing stuff was kind of insane. Because I think most teams in the NFL right now, you say, oh, give me my third string center, you're probably not going to win that game.
Yeah, that's horrible, like scheming on the defensive coordinator right there. I would have been blitzing the hell out of the middle of the offensive line.
Oh, no,
right
they
there.
were blitzing. Oh, no,
I
they
mean,
were
I would
blitzing.
have been coming at you with everything.
But
right there.
I'll tell you this much. Here's why that worked for the Broncos' favor. They have depth. A lot of it. Pat Surtain II literally got injured in week 6. For 4 games he was out. We won all 4 of them. I thought we wouldn't because I'm like, man, people are going to throw all over us. And that's not what happened. Dobbins got out. He's not even going to be in this game. Dobbins got out week 10. What happened? Everybody was like, oh, there's the run game. That's it. It's over. We're going to be losing some games. We didn't. So I'm like, there's been many occasions, probably I would say since week 11, we haven't had our starting center. So it's just all these little things is just a testament to how deep this team is, that they just, no matter what, they just keep kind of coming. They keep guys step up, guys do stuff. Whatever teams throw at you, they somehow figure it out. It's weird. It's crazy. But
Sean
deep
Payton's
teams,
a damn good coach.
deep teams with a dead cap that was like what, second worst in the NFL because of freaking Russell Wilson's contract. To be able to have that much depth on this team is wild to me.
It's a good drafting.
Wild.
Yeah. John Elway and Sean Payton.
I want to put it over here and ask the question now. Is it time we start is it time we start labeling Josh Allen as a joker? Is it time we stop giving him the benefit of the doubt? Because I mean, he's had opportunities. Or is this look, I like Josh Allen. He's a fun. I like to watch him play. He is kind of
he's an awesome player.
He's kind of a Brett Favre for me. I will watch him. Even people tune in to watch Brett Favre because Brett Favre was amazing to play. I tune in to watch the Bills because Josh Allen's great, right?
Steven tuned in to watch Brett Favre because he liked watching him play.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
100%. That's exactly why.
Josh Allen's like a kid in a candy store out there on the football field, but I don't know, man. It's just he seems to get excuse after excuse. He seems to get,
ain't gonna get any better.
They changed the overtime rule for him because they were tired of him not. Mahomes got it. If Mahomes got the ball, Allen didn't get to touch it. What do? Now both quarterbacks get a chance. And
right.
Which I like that rule, but I don't know. Or is this simply the Bills not having enough talent? Because very interesting. It leaked out after Sean McDermott got fired from Buffalo, right? And we'll get into the coaching search here in a little bit, but that Sean McDermott sat down with the ownership and midway through the season and told them, I don't believe we have enough talent to go to the Super Bowl. And they didn't like that. And after they fired him, which a lot of people had a problem with, which I didn't, but the ownership came out publicly and were bashing their wide receiver that's still on the football team. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
This is why I'm glad we don't have an ownership. They are bashing the wide receiver, saying he's not very good, but the coach is saying we didn't give him enough talent, but the coach wanted this bad player. I'm like, this is a guy that's going to walk in your locker room that's under contract next year. What are you doing? That is terrible PR, and the ownership of the Bills just looked like it just was laughable.
At least wait till the player's gone before you talk shit like Jerry Jones.
Like you're supposed to be better than that. Like you sound like an ex-girlfriend. That's just it's just terrible. And I just could not believe I was hearing what the Bills ownership were saying, and it makes you wonder if the organization itself is the reason why the Bills can't get over the hump. Maybe it's not the coach. Maybe it's not Josh Allen. But I do think Josh Allen cost them this game. But it's a very interesting conversation to have about Josh Allen. Even though we like the guy, it just seems like he's not going to get over the hump.
I don't think he will. And the reason why is because now he's going to have to learn a whole thing. Like, now you're back to a new coach. You're back to potentially new coordination, new, whatever, because that coach is going to want to bring in his guys. I know that they're like sitting there looking at head, coordinators and stuff. And I'm like, to be honest with you, I think the first thing that's going to happen with the Bills is they're going to have to get their head coach first. And that guy's going to then find the guys he likes. I don't think he's going to worry about what Josh Allen thinks about that. I think he's just going to bring in his guys, and Josh Allen's just going to have to work with them, which again, now you're going back
Someone
to
told
new
me.
coordinator, new coach, new stuff. And is that how well does he handle that? I don't know, because some quarterbacks, it takes them a couple years to then gel and get used to that. And not all the time will they just click.
Yeah. And it's different language and different, things like that.
Right.
And it can be difficult depending on who they bring in. And then you hear that they're interviewing Phillip Rivers to be the head coach. And you're like, I think
the last thing Josh Allen would want is a guy on training wheels. Because honestly, I understand Phillip Rivers has been coaching little league.
Yeah.
But that's not the same. I mean, like it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, put me in. I coach little league. I know. I coach flag football.
Well,
it's not going to change. It's not going to. You don't want. I think the last thing Josh Allen wants is to be the testing ground for Phillip Rivers getting his feet wet. And then and then all of a sudden you shave off 5 years more off of Josh Allen, and you're like, man, now he figured it out. Now Phillip Rivers is figuring it out, and now it's just, I don't know. I think that's a mistake.
If you brought him in, if you brought Phillip Rivers in as a quarterback coach, great.
That would be different.
If you brought in Jason Witten as a tight end coach, makes sense.
Like
but head coach. Oh man, that's laughable, and I hope it happens so we have a lot more to talk about on the show. But
yeah, it's pretty hilarious. I don't know, man. I look at it and I just think that either some of these guys who have been in these organizations for a long time keep kind of running into the same situations over and over again with these organizations are eventually going to leave. Like someone's going to leave. And it's just a matter of like who and where. Like there's already talks about Burrow. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I mean, it's just at some point, they're not going to be Barry Sanders. They're just not. And they're not going to sit there and go, well, I guess if y'all aren't going to do anything, I'll just retire. Like, no, I think they're going to force you to get rid of them. Yeah. Send them somewhere else. And, whatever, they're done. You're not going to change anything. And the fact that Bills ownership is saying stuff to me tells me that the ownership, when they said that's not what we want to hear, when he sat there and said we don't have the talent to go all the way, basically says to me is they want to win on cheap. Yeah. They want to win on cheap. They want to win on rookie deals. They want to win on cheap, and they're not going to settle for anything less. They looked at it and said, why couldn't you get it done with this team? You got Josh Allen, you got your deal, whatever. It's like, well, we need a little more. It doesn't matter. Work with it because we ain't going to pay anymore. That's what that is.
Someone said today that they were talking about this, and they said, will Josh Allen ever win? And they said, yeah, when he leaves the Bills. He'll be successful when he leaves the Bills. And I think if you look at the roster, I mean, who's their best wide receiver? Their tight end?
Shakir.
Yeah, Josh Allen makes him good,
But Shakir's like a number two,
he's a two and a
yeah. He'd be a number number three in most other places.
So it's just interesting conversation. Let's
Josh Allen for Dak Prescott. I mean, man.
Hey,
Steven's like, I might do that.
Hey,
well, someone made a comment the other day that was like, that's it. If you gave Dak Prescott, Josh Allen's team, they would be in the Super Bowl. I'm like, what? I said,
no.
If you gave Josh Allen at 2,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard rusher, they would win the Super Bowl. But
of course,
Let's move on.
Played with offensive line problems too, though.
I'll say one more thing about this, and then we can go on. But the Bills are set up, and this is why I mean I'll say it. I'll go into it later, but this is why a lot of Bronco fans weren't as. I mean, yeah, we were devastated that Bo got hurt, but we also looked at this team as a whole and looked at it and said, yeah, it's not it's not that dire. But if you take Josh Allen away from the Bills are horrible. Like they are a one player away from being bad team. And that is kind of bad. Like that shows you there are teams like that. You take their quarterback away, they're nothing. And you're just like, wow, okay, well, that's not good. Like, and the Bills have been riding the coattails of this guy for so long. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a matter of time before he's like, if he leaves, the Bills are done. Like they are bad for a very long time. Yeah.
Let's get into, we ain't going to get into too much. Seattle blows the top off 41-6 over the 49ers. It was over when the first kickoff took
For
it back.
real.
Do you see the kicker try and just trip him?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I would have. If I was a kicker, I'd be like, damn it.
He didn't even try and tackle. He just was like,
Big man running at you, Shaheed. I wouldn't be trying to tackle him either.
I'd take the flag off the referee and throw it at him and be like, ugh.
Run with him next to him. Hey, what's up?
and this is what, I mean, the injuries caught up. Seattle's a good football team. And yeah, sorry, 49ers. I think they need to move their practice facility. It's worth a shot testing that out.
Did you see that the 49ers were at what basketball game was it? And the guy tore his ACL. You know, like the 49ers just telling everybody else.
Damn, that's funny.
All
right, well, we won't talk.
But it was hilarious.
We won't talk too much about that because it is what it is. Texans Patriots. And Steven,
it was a game, I guess.
Steven, you picked the Texans. So did Craig. CJ Stroud. I feel like I could have done exactly what he did out there. He was throwing balls up left and right for anybody to take. You get an interception. Fumble. I'm like, what in the world, dude?
He was the Oprah Winfrey of interceptions.
For real. Hey, Stroud for Allen right there. There you go.
He looks you give Josh Allen that defense, it's over. I just don't. This is bad. And the Patriots, I mean, other than the fumbles they had, they got after CJ Stroud. I mean, that defense I was like, okay, wow, maybe this team's better than I thought they were. They had a really good, they had a really easy schedule.
Houston's offensive line's bad.
But
it's bad.
Man. Yeah, they were killing Stroud. And he was
it's bad. And here's the problem with Houston. Their offensive line is absolutely horrible. But it also
their quarterback is
their quarterback's horrible because I'll tell you this much: as bad as that offensive line is, that backup looked better. Yeah, I'm sorry, but he did. He looked better.
And I'm sorry.
And it's sad, but it's like, what a drop off. Everybody was so high on this guy.
We liked and that's a topic to talk about too. Is D'Amico Ryans? We think's a good head coach. I mean, I think we would agree with that. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's still pretty young in his head coaching career, but he's got that defense playing really well. Mm-hmm. When Mills came in and played for you this year, you won more games. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me they asked him about it. Did you ever think about sitting your quarterback that's giving up 5 turnovers? And he says, no, that's coaching malpractice. That's coaching malpractice.
Hey, that's the Dak and Romo situation right there.
Yeah, but
at least
Dak wasn't throwing 8 interceptions and looking like he didn't know what he was doing on a football field. You know what I mean? This is coaching malpractice when your quarterback's giving the ball to the team 4 times in the first half, and you're telling me you didn't think about switching over?
The Bledsoe and Brady.
I'm like,
well, Bledsoe got hurt
in the playoffs. Playoffs? I don't know.
I mean,
that was a little strange to me.
Was that ownership going, hey, that's our guy? We like him. We drafted him because I don't think it's our guy, right? And I think maybe it could be. I'm not going to sit there and say that it's not possible. I definitely think there are some organizations that ownership's like, you're not taking him out. Are you nuts? And you're going to put this random guy in there. Like, I guarantee you, 100%, because there were multiple occasions here where some craziness was going on. before Sean Payton came in, and everybody thought he was insane for benching Russell Wilson. I'm like, obviously, ownership doesn't think he's good either. So, like, and ownership here, if at least from what I've been able to understand, hands off. Sean, you're the football guy. You know what to do. Here you go.
100%. There's a lot of organizations that are like that, and I think, Baltimore basically told John Harbaugh, "You're going to fire the offensive coordinator." He said, "I'm not doing that." And I think John Harbaugh said, "I can't win with Lamar Jackson." And they said,
Yeah,
there's the door. See you later then, because I'm not getting rid of Lamar Jackson. Now he's with the Giants, and good luck there, Steven. You get to deal with him.
Hey, he's got. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. Look at his roster. I mean,
he's gonna build it though.
They're not bad. Right away. I mean, it's not a terrible roster if people stop tearing their ACLs over there, and their quarterback
facility is freaking San Francisco.
Stops running through brick walls and getting concussions, and it's just, yeah. Have you seen the TikToks just making fun of King Scatterboo? He's over here eating crowns and stuff. I'm like, oh my god,
when I look at him,
Scatterboo is crazy, man.
He is the epitome of CTE. That's him.
Yeah.
Like if CTE was a walking person, it's Cam Scatterboo.
It's Cam Scatterboo. Man, the last game here, Rams and Bears. This was a closer game than I thought. And Caleb Williams, the Hail Mary to Komet. He runs to his 40 and just
that wasn't even a Hail Mary. That was a prayer. Like he just chunked it. He was like, whatever.
I'm shocked that even ended up in a wide receiver's hands. I was like, oh, defense, just go. That thing is in the air for like days. I'm like, go get it.
I don't know if he pushed off or what, but he was wide. I'm like, what the
I think he just got lost in the back of the end zone. Honestly, they weren't.
Now, my question, Brian, is: would the Packers defense have allowed that nonsense?
Yeah, they had a trade.
Yeah, they did this season.
A play like that where he ran like literally 20 yards back and then just like heaved it.
With Micah Parsons, no. Without Micah Parsons, yes, we allowed it.
Oh.
There was a play like that, 4th and goal to tie the game, and he heaves it to the back of the end zone. I'm like, and the guy's wide open. I'm like, what the hell? And Nixon got confused on coverage, and his guys in the back of the end zone. He's like, ooh. I'm like,
but did it go for like 70 yards?
No, it wasn't the 70 yards. That was insane. Now, look, I'm sorry, and I know you guys know I hate the Chicago Bears. If Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions in a playoff game, he would be getting murdered. And here Caleb Williams throws 3 interceptions, costs his team the football game. And they're like, man, the Bears got their quarterback. He's so good. What are we talking about? I'm sorry. I just can't stand the Bears. Look, this was a better game than I thought. I thought Stafford struggled in the cold weather. The Rams had it won in regular. The good thing is, and the Bears should have won. They were driving down in overtime with all the momentum. And Caleb Williams throws a terrible interception. And they're blaming it on the wide receiver. I'm like, that ball wasn't even close to that guy. And they're like, he didn't dive out for it. It wasn't even close. And I think it was a bad pass, and he had 3 interceptions. And without those, the Bears were moving on, but they're not. And one thing I will have to give credit to Sean McVay. After the miracle play, that's a game where Green Bay, they would have lost. They gave up the onside kick, right, to the Bears. The team was in shock. We never recovered. The Bears made that play. The Rams could have been in shock. Rams couldn't. But Sean McVay pulled them over and said, hey, listen here, mother effers. We're going to win this damn football game. You know? I really do like Sean McVay and Stafford, but it was a heck of a game. Bears had a miracle. And then it was so funny seeing these TikToks of the Bears fans going, no one tells you what it feels like from going like, yeah, to, oh man, in a split second. What's up, Lee?
Ladies.
What's going on?
What's going on?
We just got through talking about the
Brian was sitting there saying how amazing Caleb Williams is and how
70-yard touchdown
he was
pass.
dead wrong all year.
No, Caleb Williams.
He was wrong last year.
No,
Come on, Brian.
get out of here. Bears still suck.
I'm
Caleb Williams is
he's
trash.
he's not as bad as Brian will say he is.
No, he's. I'm just saying.
Bandit.
I'm just saying that if Jordan Love had 3 interceptions in a playoff game and cost his team, he would be getting crucified. And the Bears are like, "We found our guy. He's amazing." I'm like, "What the fuck are we talking about?"
They said the same thing about what the hell was it? Justin Fields too. Justin Fields is garbage.
Oh,
yeah.
My buddy tried to convince me for years. He's good. We just need he sucks. Justin Fields is terrible. Caleb
He
Williams,
was a decent running back.
yeah, right. Caleb Williams is a okay quarterback. Like he's still pretty young, 2 years in. He's the best quarterback the Bears have ever had, which that's pretty sad. Other than that, it was Jay Cutler. I mean,
Rex Grossman, didn't he win Super Bowl?
well,
I'm just saying.
That's a
No,
bus driver. That's a
they
bus
went to-
the bus driver Super Bowl. Yeah,
they went to the Super Bowl, but they lost to the Colts.
yeah. He drove the bus, but that doesn't mean he was
Yeah. It was one of those.
Devin Hester
just
almost won
don't
it.
lose us the damn game. Damn it! Don't lose us the game. They said they told him that the defense grabbed him up by the throat and said, "Don't lose us the game today, you fucker." And then they ended up winning until they
Hey,
ran the pick.
But you can't take away that 70-yard touchdown pass, bro.
That was a insane pass.
And what was going on at defense? I was like, what? How would you
Well,
even
they
allow
had the
something?
5'11" cornerback out there on the 7'2" tight end. I'm like, that's just a mismatch, man.
That always cracks me up when I see that mismatch on tight ends. I'm like, that little guys, what the? And they're like,
And
oh
look-
wow, what a crazy touchdown. I'm like,
Just go like this over his head.
I'm not
it's like
trying to
Turpin
be.
guarding that guy. What the heck is going on?
I'm not trying to be a hater of the Bears. Like I try and keep it realistic. But my biggest problem with them all year is they play like crap for 3 quarters, and in the 4th quarter they turn it on and you're like, why don't you play 4 quarters like this? What in the world? And they have those lucky Hail Mary passes, and you're going, here we are again. Next year they won't be
Right.
so lucky. That's not a game plan of success. That's just you got lucky one season, and we'll see if you can do it again. Huh?
You're never the person to be talking about lucky Hail Mary passes when you rode with Aaron Rodgers for as long as you did.
Hey, he had some good ass Hail Marys.
to Jordy
Yes,
Nelson.
he did.
Some great ones.
Yeah.
He's a little. I mean, I don't know. Williams seems like he'll have your great play or your great passes, normal passes, but he'll also occasionally kind of just put it in situations where it's like that could get picked. Oh, okay, guy caught it. Like you're just kind of like, and that's why I think you like, oh, he had 3 turnovers, and it was like, yeah, I think it's because he does the. I mean, if we're gonna compare him to Brett Favre, he's like Brian. Brett Favre typically tend to do that as well. Like throw it in triple coverage, and the guy's like having to make this weird, awkward catch, and yeah.
I lived and died on it, baby. But lived and died on it.
I think for Caleb Williams, we can't really judge him off his first season because they weren't even making him watch film, not even making him try to be a real quarterback. So that season's out the door. And for his second season, I think we can't really judge him as well because his defense led the league in turnovers. So that's a fluky stat. Most teams don't repeat that from year to year. It normally changes a lot. So next year, let's see what he does when his team isn't getting all those turnovers for him. Let's see what he is when he just has like an average defense and what he can do. But so far, I think he's just a big question mark. He's not as bad as Brian will say he is, but I don't think he's as good as other people are acting like he is.
He's not. And
Was
the biggest
he
thing,
deserving of the first round pick?
No.
I think so. I mean, look at the state of quarterbacks in the NFL right now. I mean, like that we're in a bad quarterback play league right now. So I don't think there's lots of great quarterbacks. Yeah, I think so. I think he deserves it.
Yeah. The weirdest thing with him is in the pocket, he's not really good, but outside the pocket is when he's more accurate running around like that than he is in the pocket. In the pocket, that's
Well,
what
I'm
he
re-
threw his 3 interceptions. It's like, and then he gets outside the pocket and he makes these crazy plays. And I think that's, he gets those crazy highlight throws where everyone's like, man, Caleb Williams is good. Well, did you watch the other 90% of the game where he was missing wide receivers and throwing 3 interceptions?
I
So
think that has a lot to do with what color did he paint his nails that day. I mean, that depends on how he's going to throw it.
Puts the ruins on there to help him out.
oh man.
Yeah.
There's a guy at work. He's from Chicago, so he's a big Bears fan. I asked him the question. I said, he goes, man, we're set for whatever. And I'm like, when's his contract up? And he's like, don't even talk about it. I'm like, oh, because to me, he's a diva, right? Like, he thinks he is the best quarterback to ever grace the presence of the NFL. So you really think he's going to give you a hometown discount? He's not. He's going to reset that bar.
He's over there screaming at his players like Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, you haven't got the skins on the wall to do that yet, my man. Huh?
Would you take Caleb Williams or CJ Stroud?
Oh,
No.
man. Are we talking about rookie CJ Stroud?
No, I'm talking about CJ Stroud.
I'd probably say Caleb Williams over CJ Stroud.
I would say
I mean,
Caleb
so would
Williams
I.
over CJ Stroud.
I would say Caleb Williams
I think
over
that's an
CJ
easy
Stroud.
answer. Yes.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud,
Yeah.
man,
He looks
I don't
lost.
think he deserves to be starting in this league at all. I mean,
You don't deserve to be the
they
backup.
made it. They made it that far.
with that defense. Well,
Yeah.
and I was
He's not
telling
a good
the
driver.
guys earlier about you're telling me so Davis Mills played a lot of the season, right?
He
and
was great.
the offense looked better, right? And you're telling me in the playoff game, because we all agree that we think D'Amico Ryan's a pretty good head coach. He's still pretty new to it. But you're telling me in a playoff game where your quarterback's thrown 3 interceptions in the first half, you're not thinking
cut him
about
a cold.
changing your you're not thinking. He's like,
100%.
I didn't think about. I'm like, that's coaching malpractice, man.
That should cost him his job.
Forget your draft pick. Who gives you the best chance to win this football game? And it wasn't C.J. Stroud. It was David Mills.
Well, and he's sitting there. If he's saying coaching malpractice, he thinks it's going to hurt the confidence of CJ Stroud. I'm like, the confidence has been shot. He did it to
It
himself.
ain't there,
don't-
bro.
No.
It ain't there.
I don't care about his confidence at this point. Like, you can make the argument for Cowboys fans, like with the whole Dak and Romo year one. You can't really pull Dak at that point to put Romo in the playoffs because you're going to lose the team because the team's behind them. I'm pretty sure most of the defenders on that Texas team wanted you to pull the damn quarterback. You weren't going to lose the team. You weren't going to lose confidence in him. You surely lost confidence in him. They better be looking for a quarterback. I mean, that's a good team that has just a really poor quarterback play.
And they have talent around him. Bell or Tank Dell. They got a good tight end, Schultz.
Marks, the running back.
Yeah. They've got good talent. So this guy's just, I don't know what happened from year one to year two, but he is lost out there. Lost.
He is trash.
Well,
He's a really bad quarterback.
And that's the thing is, like, I think I had mentioned on here before, sports analysts are quick to pull the trigger on, he's the next Tom Brady. He's the next Troy Aikman. He's the next. And the thing is when you start doing that, then whatever it falls off, and let's say that was a strange year and he just happened to do something interesting, and then all of a sudden 2 years in and 3 years in, he doesn't repeat what that is, you set that up. Right. And it's like, oh, he's horrible. I'm like, well, that's weird because you were sitting there saying this guy was the second coming of Joe Montana. What the heck are you talking about here? And we're so used to, and I cannot stand that notion of that's the next someone, because there is no next someone. You're never going to get a next someone. Like this is who it is. And you see it now, even in the playoff games. It's like, oh, that was Mahomes. Like, I'm like, can you stop? The guy's not even in the playoffs.
Collinsworth.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just like
That was a
constant.
little Mahomesy. I'm like, I'm going to punch you in the face.
No, that was a throw by another player. Why don't you just say who was the player? It's just we have to constantly compare and contrast, and it's so difficult to sit there and go, okay, well that quarterback's he's going to be great. I'm like, why? Because 1 year. Let's see year 3, year 2. Yeah, if he progresses in year 2 and then progresses again in year 3. now we're talking. But you're sitting here like, oh, year one, he is gonna light it up for the next 10 years, and then it doesn't happen, and you're just like, why do you do that? Like, it's just let it play out and stop comparing other players to other players. It's crazy.
Well, specifically with running quarterbacks that are coming into the NFL, like that they can do good things in the first year. No one has film on them. I mean, no one's sitting there watching the college film. So, I mean, a lot of times a running quarterback can come into the league and make a splash year one, but it's what did they do after that? Now they got a whole year of tape on Stroud. And since they had a whole year of tape on him, he hasn't been able to do anything. And it's very bad quarterback play. I think we'll see better quarterback play from Denver this weekend than we see from CJ Stroud.
Well, one of the things that, and a lot of people here are like, oh, Sean, let Bo go, let Bo run, let Bo do this. And I kind of, it was even in year one, there were fans like, oh, come on, boo. And I'm like, do you want him to be Lamar Jackson, or do you want him to learn in the NFL how to actually throw? And it's like once you allow, and he's so reluctant to run that he'll throw that ball away, and they're like, oh, intentional grounding, and fans are like, hey, why didn't you run? I'm like, you don't want him to fall in that habit. Let him learn how to play quarterback in the NFL and make the mistakes, and then you're going to get the runs that matter, that are going to be timely, not just going on a whim, every single time. Like, you don't want that bad habit to happen, because then you end up with a Lamar Jackson, or you end up with that statistic where it's like, oh, he was great one year, So,
after the first year, people wanted to pit Stroud. He's a top 10 quarterback. I'm like, he's got to do it again. I'm like, 1 year, I don't pit you in the top 10. Like, you got to prove it. And they say that it usually takes 3 years. You usually figure out what kind of quarterback you're going to have, or if he's going to be good or not. So,
What were you going to say, Lee?
I just think that, like, with running quarterbacks, they can't, like you said, they can't be taking those kind of hits. I mean, Dak, most of his injuries in his career had come when he ran. But Tom Brady was saying on air during one of the games this year, I don't remember if it was a Cowboy game specifically, but he was talking about current quarterbacks in the NFL he thinks can play into their 40s, and he was just naming off a couple names. But one of them that struck me was, he said Dak, and he said because, like, people that know how to read the defenses and throw out of the pocket, he's like, Dak needs to stop running and he can play until he's 40. But if he doesn't, he won't make it that far. And no one who runs the ball a lot makes it that far. It has to be a pocket passer to be able to stay in the league as long as someone like Brady did. But you can have someone run. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he's a running back. I mean, his stats are based upon his running game. I mean, when it comes down to it, people are like, oh, look how accurate he was for a couple of seasons when he won the MVP and stuff. That was a lot of dinks and dunks that he was doing to keep his accuracy up. And then anytime he needed long yardage, he was taking off down the field running. So
me and Craig have talked about we are not big fans of Lamar Jackson. I don't think you're going to win with him.
I don't think so either. I don't think you can build a team around him for sure.
Good segue, and I think that's where Harbaugh is not there anymore. But good segue about quarterback play, and hopefully it's better this week. Patriots and Broncos Sunday. I'm sorry, Jeff. I think I broke the news to you last week after it happened, and saw that. I go. No,
you called me at a random time, and I was like, "Why is it Brian calling me back?"
I called you like an hour after the game, and I'm like, "Dude, Bo Nix,
supposed to sleep, Brian?
Bo Nix is."
I mean, I lost my voice at that next night, so that next day I had no voice. So,
let's predict it. I can't go with a backup quarterback. I got to go with the Patriots. I'm sorry.
We all know you love the Patriots this whole time.
No,
he's got a Tom Brady jersey in that closet behind him.
If Bo was playing, I'll go with Denver. I just don't. I don't trust the backup quarterback. And from what I saw, the Patriots defense last week, getting after the quarterback, I thought they were pretty
missing
impressive.
A guy. He's out.
I thought they were pretty impressive. But I don't think Stidham's going to be able to do it, man. You're going to have to be able to run the ball a little bit more. I know you're going to need your leading rusher back.
We're not. He's out.
Ah, dang. Well, that doesn't bode
Well,
well.
he's out, and the leading the sack leader for the New England Patriots defense is out.
So maybe tomato there, but
yeah, exactly.
you're gonna have to run the ball better than you did first. Last week better than you did against the Bills. I'm Vrabel. I just got to give it to Patriots. Steven. Oh, Craig's picking the Patriots as well. He gave me his picks before. I know he's not going to be on tonight, but Steven, who you got in this game and why?
I got to go with the Patriots as well. I can't go with the backup quarterback. I mean, if I agree, Brian. If Bo Nix was playing, I'd probably go with the Broncos, but I don't think that they're going to be able to pull it off against the Patriots. Sorry, Jeff.
Oh no, I got some backups. So
Lee, who you got?
I'm predicting that it's going to be a good game, and I'm not going to pick a winner because I suck at this. That's what I'm going with.
You lost them all.
I'm never picking a game again. Yeah, I'm never picking a game again.
He's picking the refs.
He's picking the refs. Yeah.
So I guess last week I went with mostly who I wanted to win, and I normally don't do that, and so I lost on all of them. So I guess whoever I pick would lose. So I'll pick the Patriots.
All right, Jeff, who you going with and why? And let's have it, man.
This will be a big shocker.
Yeah. For real.
Well, first of all, again, it's not. Why would I pick against my team? I don't think anybody on here would pick against their team. So
that depends. I
have
Brian. Stop.
Who we're playing.
Stop.
Depends on who we're playing. But you got a backup quarterback in. If you pick the Patriots,
you didn't pick the Bears over the Packers, Brian.
I didn't because they
lost that one.
You said there's no way that the Bears beat the Packers.
Yeah,
I know.
We haven't.
But what happened there?
But we didn't play it. We're not playing with a backup quarterback, and that changes everything.
I don't care, Brian.
Love's as good as a backup.
Yeah, shit. Get out of here, bro. Top 10 QB, baby.
Okay, obviously I'm gonna pick my team. But here's why. I don't think that well, I am here. So I don't think that if there's any other team other than this one that could probably withstand something like that. Not to say that Bo Nix is, not good and oh no, we don't need him. Obviously we would rather have him. It's there were some analysts I think on ESPN that were sitting there like, oh, it seems like all the fans are turned against Bo, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what? It just ridiculous. There's a few things. I think defensively, we are way better than the New England Patriots. I think defensively, their offensive line, especially that left tackle, he is horrible. He has called out Nick Bonito, which I'm like, I don't really think you want to do that, but okay. He's, there's been other players on the team acting like they don't even know who Jarrett Stidham is. I'm like, okay, we're really gonna, and they don't think much of him.
He
right?
came from New England,
right? But it's just a lot of talk, which is just gonna fire up the defense. It's just gonna fire up the team. We had in the game against the Bills, we had our third string center. Our first string center is back, huge. The second string center is back, huge. So because he got injured, he got injured in that game. So I think Pat Bryant concussion. He's going to be wearing the NFL big head helmet. So he's going to be wearing that. He's back in the game. I think Troy Franklin they're not quite sure yet. It's more of a questionable thing. So we're still not quite sure on that. Dobbins is out, and I know a lot of people are real kind of down on that. He did practice, but today they ruled him out, which is not great. You don't want to see that, but I think RJ Harvey just has to play his game, and I think it's going to be a lot of swing runs and stuff because I think the New England Patriots struggle on that defensively. They struggle on defending that. So this is going to be, to me, Stidham doesn't have to do a lot. He can't turn it over. He can't get in a situation where, he's going to, make mistakes. I do think he will run. I think that's kind of a weird, like, oh, he ain't going to run. And all of a sudden you just see a play where Sean just has him going. And then, I could see something like that. There's going to be some weird plays. Sean's probably going to do a couple trick things. This is one of those games where he's going to try to pull every trick out of the hat to win. So another factor is we're playing in a hostile environment. They have limited the ticket sales here to the Rocky Mountain area. So there's not going to be any New England Patriot fans coming in. They're crying online about it. They're not going to be any New England Patriot fans coming in here unless they live here going to that game. So they've blocked that off to make sure that the home game stays a home game. Which means in that case, you have Drake Maye going in Denver. I think they're getting here the day before the game, which I think is an absolute mistake. You're not going to be acclimated to the elevation in a day. It's just not going to happen. And that's going to be a struggle. Not only that, the noise, it was loud in the Bills game. It's going to be 10 times louder now that they are sitting there backing Stidham. Their quarterback's injured. That crowd is going to be even louder. And seeing Josh Allen struggle hearing and, timeout. Like, I can't imagine how Drake Maye is going to do in that game. We have a lot of silent counts, but then again, there's a risk with silent counts. So it's, that's a rookie quarterback coming into a hostile environment that is extremely difficult to play. And if you don't believe me, ask Tom Brady. He never won here. So it's just like, especially in the playoffs. So, yeah, it's going to be fascinating. I think it's going to be, if it's a close game, I give it to Denver, and I think the defense seals it up. I think the defense comes back around. A lot of people are afraid to talk about the 4 turnovers. I'm pretty sure it was 4 turnovers, or no, 4 fumbles. Was it 4 fumbles that Drake Maye had in that Houston game? How many fumbles did he have in that game?
I think he had 2, and then there was 4 turnovers altogether, but.
Okay, so 2, and right before halftime, they asked the coach a question. He's like, he's got to stop fumbling the ball, and I'm like, It ain't gonna get any better against this defense, because our defense is basically neck and neck, if not 1 and 2, with Houston. So it's like it's not gonna get any easier for you. Like, so.
No, you're right. You did have 4. They lost 2 and recovered 2.
So and now that it's kind of interesting, because one of the things that Nick Bonito was saying before the Bills game and in this practice is that Sean Payton and Vance Joseph kept reiterating, you got to ball hunt, because they haven't really been doing that. I mean, you get your occasional whatever happen, and they get it, or but it hasn't been something that they were just like actively looking for or trying to do to create those turnovers. And in the Bills game, they were actively creating turnovers. Like, they were literally trying to, and they were saying that the days before. And I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to just kind of randomly implement that. But then I watched the game and I'm like, no, they were really trying to punch the ball out. Like, I went back and looked at some of it and I'm like, yeah. And Benito was saying, I think it was today after practice, that it's the same. Like, we're still, they keep iterating, like, hunt the ball. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think the defense is going to play a big factor in this game. And I think if the Broncos do win, I think it's just Stidham protecting the ball. And a lot of people are down on Stidham because they just don't know who he is. They haven't seen him play enough. But I'll tell you this much. One of the things that was bad about Stidham before this year, I would even say before the Sean Payton era really took place, he never really like looked at progressions. He just would like, oh, okay, so the play's drawn up for the quarterback 1 to get, okay, and then he goes back, and then he really just kind of focuses on that guy. He doesn't look, and that guy's covered, and he still threw, you still throw it, and you're just like, just didn't really look at the other guys on the field. One of the things that I saw in preseason, so it gets us going back to looking at actually the last time he played, was in preseason. So that's kind of why people talk about it. If you go back and look at those tapes, he's actively going through progressions. Like, he's moving his head, throw, and he wasn't doing that before. And I don't know if that's Sean Payton getting, teaching him that and basically saying like, you are good. You just need to do this and that and this. The fact that him and Bo Nix are like best friends, they travel together, their wives and them travel together. Like they're like close. That's why he was sitting next to him whenever he found out, like they were together. It's a fascinating thing. And I think one of the things that I mentioned in the text thread or whatever, but we talk about it all the time, right? There's an element to football that's analytics, and there's an element to football that's heart, right? And I think the Broncos, they've been battle tested all year, and that kind of drive, I think, will be that element also that's not just about analytics and stats and numbers and whatever. It's going to be like, boy, how did they end up winning it? And it's just because I think they felt disrespected all year. Their quarterback went down. There were people making fun of them online. Yes. Laughing. You had Dave Portnoy, which made me so upset because he's sitting there like, oh, I'm so upset. I'm so, and I'm just like, okay, right. We're going to really, and he has a little shirt now with his little, bandage. And I'm just like, dude, we're really going to just poke fun at this and poke the bear. Like, and there were a lot of fans doing that online. It was very frustrating. So I think that just be careful counting this team out. They've been counted out multiple times this year and still somehow managed to win. Now they just have to do something that no team has ever done.
Except the Eagles did it with Nick Foles, but
Nick Foles happened in the season.
Well, he's playing for a lot of money. There's gonna be a lot of money on the line here for him. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's added.
Yeah, if he ends up winning this game and they go to the Super Bowl and they win, Stidham's going somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to sign a huge contract with somebody. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of bad quarterback play. So he would be great in Houston.
I mean, and one of the things that people keep saying, and I didn't even think about it because I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They're like, if there's any person who could win something like this with a backup, it's Sean Payton. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had success with some crazy quarterbacks that most teams probably would have never had success with. So,
all right, let's move into the Rams and Seattle divisional game. The best division this year. You had 3 teams in the playoffs in this one division. This one's tough. The Rams quarterback Seattle's Darnold still has the oblique injury. He only threw 17 passes against the 49ers. He didn't need to,
wasn't. Yeah,
he didn't really need to throw that many.
Game pretty much.
This one's tough because I want to pick the Rams. I like Sean Payton. I like Matthew Stafford. They really haven't played that great in the playoffs. They didn't play great in Carolina. They didn't play great in Chicago. This was on the road, 12th man. But I can't count them out. I can't count out Sean Payton, Matthew Stafford. I think they're going to win this game.
McVay.
What did I say?
Payton.
Sean Payton.
Sorry, Sean McVay, one of the best head. Well, we just got through talking about Denver, so it's not too far off.
Yeah.
Sean McVay, one of the best coaches in football. Hands down. I think if he goes and wins it this year, I think him and Stafford walk away in the sunset together, and they leave the Rams with no first-round picks for like 8 years. but it was worth it because you got it's your one Super Bowl, and they're trying to get another one. But
Sean McVay and
McVay ain't going nowhere.
I really like
Stafford might walk away.
McVay thought about leaving last year, and then he decided to come back. So
he's our age. He ain't going nowhere.
Close. It's close. He could retire, right? He could retire and off in the sunset. We'll see though, but I know. And look, Seattle's head coach could win Coach of the Year. He came in here. We laughed at. We laughed at Lawrence saying he didn't want to play for Dallas because he's never going to win. So he goes to Seattle. We were like, you ain't winning over there, and here they are. So
He's made
and a lot of that's a lot of that is to do with Lawrence, the way he's playing. I mean, he revitalized his whole career going there.
It looks completely different. They did lose their running back. He tore his ACL, so their best running back for Seattle's gone. I think that's going to hurt
He's
them.
the best.
What? They're the best quarterback for Seattle.
Best running back for Seattle?
Yeah.
Charbonnet? You think he was better than
You think he's better than Kenneth Walker? Kenneth Walker the third?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I
who
think
Kenneth
Walker's
Walker
better.
is.
I think Walker's better than Charbonnet.
I've seen more.
Yeah.
I haven't watched too much Seattle, but I've seen more plays from him.
I play fantasy, so I'm just talking
okay.
about Walker's the starter. He's a little, they split reps, but I think Walker's the better player.
Okay. I don't know. I've been picking the Rams. I'm gonna stick with them here. But this one's gonna be a tough game. It's a coin flip divisional game. So give me the Rams for this one. Lee, I know you're rooting for a good game there. Steven,
Yeah.
Steven, who do you got, Steven?
I gotta go with the Seattle Seahawks. They're on fire right now. I mean, you come
Craig
off that
picked
huge
Seattle
ass
as
win.
well. Sorry.
You come off that
You made a
freaking
good
win
job.
against San Francisco, against your division rivals. I'm there to come in and do it again.
Wait, Brian, you said what now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I said Craig picked Seattle as well.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to throw that out there real quick. I mean, Seattle might be on the destination team this year. They could come. I mean, if they come out here and play like they have, they could smoke the Rams. But I think it's be a little closer than that. What, Jeff? Who do you got?
I got the Rams. I think it's mainly because I do worry about the Seattle quarterback. I think that, I mean, you know, he doesn't have to do a whole lot. Their defense they kind of won that game. So man, if something happens in that game and he just like all of a sudden he's in the blue tent, I'm like, but the defense is strong enough to actually pull something off. But I don't know. I think I kind of think that it's just going to come down to outwitting another coach in this matchup. And I got to give it to Sean McVay.
And Darnold's due for a game where he throws 3 interceptions and pisses down his leg in a playoff game. So,
and
but
isn't
if
he
you
a
get that
Texas guy?
defense-
isn't he who? What?
Isn't he a Texas guy?
Darnold? No,
No.
he came. I don't even know. I forget what college he went to. He got drafted.
Oh,
by
no,
the
it's
Jets, and
It's
then he
Stafford.
went to
Stafford is the Texas.
Stafford's local. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's your playoff weekend. We talked
what
about
about
the
Lee?
divisional round conference.
You
He
get
won a
Lee?
good game. We already talked about
Lee,
that.
he
Yeah.
just wanted a good
Yeah.
game. He didn't want to
Yeah.
pick.
I just
You-
want to
you
get
don't actually wanna
I don't want
choose?
to pick.
You don't want to pick?
Yeah.
Let's
know.
talk about something here real quick.
Well, one more thing. So if the Seahawks go on to win a Super Bowl, how many former Cowboy players, have gone on to win a Super Bowl after they left?
Probably a lot, Jeff. Okay.
Okay.
Probably a lot.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Take a
Shut up,
shot.
Jeff.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
I'm sorry. I mean,
Speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, they just hired a new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, who started his career in Green Bay.
oh,
Then he
It always has
moved
to come back
over.
to you, Brian. Always
some
has to come back to
leftovers.
you.
It's just
Some leftovers.
It's
Okay.
just look, it's a guy that we wanted to interview, and
Y'all wanted him as y'all's defensive coordinator.
he was our number 2. Number 1 still out there, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But I would have been fine with Christian Parker. He's an up and coming guy. You hear great things about him. He was the defensive passing coordinator over there for the Eagles, right? Or was he the DBs or was he the passing or DBs coach, right?
I think it was
The
DB's
Eagles.
coach.
Okay.
Both.
And we've heard nothing but good things about this guy. This guy's up and coming coach, they say. So I think it's a good pick for you guys, only from the good things you hear. But
Can't
he's
get any
young.
worse.
He's
That's
young.
right. You can't get any
that's
worse.
that's true. He's young and he can grow with your young your first time head coach, right? Y'all can build this team together. You've got a young team that y'all can build together on the defense side, especially too. And I like the pick for you guys. I thought it was a good hire. Stephen, Lee, what do you guys think of your new defensive coordinator?
I mean, I'm gonna go off what Jeff said. You can't get any worse. I mean, Eberflus is probably the bottom of the bottom when you shoot. So I'm excited. I'm excited for somebody better than Eberflus.
I like the double depth aspect of it. Is not only did we get someone who's better than what we had is we took something away from Philly and something that they were good at. I mean, their quarterback's trash. He's basically a running back. But yeah, we took something from them that they excelled at. Their defense was good for the NFC standards, and it was a lot with those young DBs, and he was coaching them up and cultivating them. And hopefully, he can come in here with the trash that we have on defense and do something with them.
Yeah,
They
you're
should
gonna have
let
to
him
get.
pick his ingredients. We're going to
Yeah.
use our draft capital on defense, so he should be able to pick up some players. We got some money to spend. We should be able to pick up some free agents. But as long as they let him bring in, I don't know, 6 or 7 players that are going to be contributors, maybe not like full-time starters, but if they let him do that, I think he'll succeed. If Jerry picks the ingredients and it's just trash, then it's still going to be trash. So
Yeah, I like to pick. He's got a lot of work to do on the defense, right?
a lot.
He's gonna bring Vic.
He's got to deal with
Fangio's
Jerry.
defense. He's
Yeah, he has to deal with
That's
Jerry. I
probably
don't know how well he'll do that. Yeah.
he's gonna
I
bring
wish
that big.
someone would deal with Jerry.
Yeah. Damn. Woo. We're
Well, he's
get
got a
banned
hit
for
out
that,
there.
huh?
Steven's not any better.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
I feel like Steven's.
Yeah, with the name.
He doesn't. The problem
He's
with him,
not.
he don't
Yeah.
like to spend any money.
You're gonna have to kill a
Yeah.
generational of a family for that.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
Might as well
he
take
said
out the whole
anything about
family
killing,
lineage.
Ryan.
Gosh.
I took that
The whole
from
family
I took
tree's
that from-
gone.
I took that from
Damn.
Lee's. Like, I wish he'd deal with the Jerry.
You just said that.
Brian, you're gonna get us taken down. You just got the whole video knocked off.
Real.
Jackass. Way to
Let's
go,
restart
Watson.
Let's restart it from the
Packer
top.
fan.
No, he's gonna bring the Vic Fangio defense over to Dallas, which is fantastic if he can teach it properly and everything. But I like to pick for you guys. We wanted him, we interviewed him, but the guy we want, and Jeff, this is why I need you to lose this weekend so we can interview the damn guy we want from your staff. Is Leonard? He's your assistant coach. We've wanted him for a long time. We could have had him a couple years ago. He was actually going to be one of our number one guys, and then he withdrew his name and went back to Wisconsin to coach the Badgers. That's the guy Green Bay's waiting on. We haven't. But my thing is, we're waiting around, and if he doesn't choose us, then what else is out there? So we've pretty much either going to have Leonard from Denver or the Arizona head coach and Gannon as our defensive coordinator, more than likely, in Green Bay. But that's what you get if we can't interview because you guys keep winning. Damn it, Jeff. Screw me over. But
I mean, Sean Payton knows how to pick talent, man. I don't know what you want me to do.
yeah. We had some other coaching hires. Atlanta's got Stefanski from the Browns. I really think he's a good coach. I just don't think the Browns are all that good. So I'm interested to see what he does there with the talent that team has, because I do think the Atlanta Falcons do have some talent. I do like
Didn't
that.
Matt Ryan just get some position within the organization?
Yeah, he's the president of some player operations or something like that there. So maybe that works out for him. I don't know. Tom Brady didn't work too well for the freaking Raiders. So,
Yeah, but he's only doing that part-time though, isn't he?
Yeah. This is a weird one for me. The Baltimore Ravens pick up Jesse Minter, who's a defensive coach for the Chargers. Why would you not put an offensive guy with your quarterback? Your team's had a
Because he's a
defensive
running
coach
back.
forever, and you're not going to give this guy a good offensive mind. You throw him a
You give the best
defensive
offensive mind in the
coach.
world. He's still not going to win with him.
Wait a minute. Isn't their coach offensive-minded coach? Or is he defense?
Jesse Minter's the
No.
defensive coach for
Head coach.
who?
Head coach. The head
Ravens?
coach.
That is their head.
That is their new head
Oh,
coach.
okay,
Yeah, they
okay.
picked up someone from the Chargers.
That Harbaugh was a defensive
That's right.
coach.
Okay.
Jesse Minter was defensive coordinator for the Chargers, which is now the Ravens head coach.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just like,
Means they better get a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
You need a
You
good
got-
running backs coach.
you got Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator for the Packers the last 2 years, new head coach for Miami. We'll see how that plays. He's Boston College's head coach before that.
He's got a clean slate.
Yeah, they say they like him. He's really great at motivating players and talking.
Well,
in front
I
of the
say
mic
that
with
because I
people,
think
so-
that he could just blow it up. basically.
Yeah, he needs to start over. I mean, he needs a quarterback.
Yeah,
he needs everything.
There's
He
no
needs
way
everything.
to keep pieces and
Well,
just blow the whole thing up.
I think he takes Malik Willis, our number 2, over there to be the starter or to compete with Tua. Malik Willis played really well here, and
Tua can't even compete with Tua. He don't even know his own name.
I think he's got to give him a shot because they're like, hey, Jeff, we have this quarterback here who paid a lot of money. I need you to try and work it out. At least try. Give him a shot.
He's either eating crayons with Cam Scatterboo.
You got John Harbaugh for the Giants, which that's a great hire. I mean, I don't know how anybody hates that hire. It's not good for the division you guys play in, but it's a good hire for the Giants. And maybe he turns that organization around. But
No, let's hope not.
you got the Titans. They hired Robert Saleh out of left field here. This is an organization that fired Brian Callahan like 3 games in last season. We were like, what in the world are we doing? I don't think this is going to be set up for success here. You still got the Cardinals looking for a head coach. I don't know who wants to coach Murray and that midget.
Honestly, the person tied to that is Vance Joseph, which when I heard that, I kind of laughed because I was like, wait a minute. Why would Vance Joseph go to a place that they fired him when he was the defensive coordinator, and that's why he's in Denver? So I'm like, that's a little weird because people made a big deal about him coming back and being the defensive coordinator after being fired as the head coach. So I'm like, what? Like, why would you? Okay, if it didn't work that time, I guess it might work again. I don't know.
Well, it was funny because someone was like, well, if Vance Joseph goes to Arizona, then he's going to take Leonard with him. I'm like, why would Leonard go to the Arizona over
then
Green
coaching
Bay or staying in Denver?
Staying in Denver, yeah.
Like, what?
And it's not. And the thing about it is when it comes to like the money, I'm pretty sure that's correct. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, but I'm pretty sure you can pay coaches that doesn't go against the cap.
It doesn't go against cap.
So it's not money wise because I mean we all Walmart, so it's not the money that's the problem. They just if they want an opportunity, because some people are like, "Are you worried about it?" I'm like, no. Like if they want an opportunity to go coach and be a head coach, do it. I don't care. Like I think that Sean Payton has enough eye for coaching that obviously they have replacements and he has guys that he wants to back that up and knows pretty well because he got this crew together. So
what's weird to me is there's been a lot of coaching firings this year and okay, maybe it was time. But it seems like there's a lot of coaching vacancies and we don't know there's not enough people left to fill them. They're gonna see a lot of new head coaches. You got Arizona, you got the Raiders, you got the Buffalo Bills, you got the Cleveland Browns.
Nobody wants to go to the Cleveland Browns.
Who?
But out of the teams you just named, the only one anyone wants to go to is Buffalo. The rest of them are not like coveted jobs.
Right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah.
And I'm going, there's not enough coaches. Well, who's going to coach?
I think Tomlin should end up in Buffalo. I think that'd be a great fit.
I think he's done.
I think he's worn out.
So I think he will. I think he will come back, but I think he takes time off. I
mean, I don't want to burst Brian's bubble on here, but I think that the offensive coordinator from here that he's heading to Buffalo.
Who?
I think there's a rapport with him and Josh Allen. There's rapport. They know each other. Like that's one of the guys that has been in conversations. I think he even interviewed for the job. So
who?
Mike McCarthy's going to end up somewhere, right?
Mike McCarthy's interviewing the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah. He'll end up somewhere.
He's from Pittsburgh, so it's almost a fit. Could you imagine being head coach for one of the 3 historic franchises in football? Packers, Cowboys, Steelers,
I mean, that'd be awesome.
And only having success with one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers.
That's because Aaron Rodgers drug his ass there and won.
For real.
Jeff, were you talking about your bust your bubble?
Or not bust your bubble, but the offensive coordinator from the Broncos is rumored to be in Buffalo, and then Vance Joseph's rumored to be in
Arizona, right?
Arizona, but I mean, again, this is all just whatever because there's so many openings, any of these people can go literally anywhere.
Well,
I
no, who's your
mean-
offensive coordinator there?
What's his name? No,
The
he's the
guy we
quarterback's
watched.
coach. He's a quarterback coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
offensive
The guy-
coordinator, Sean Payton.
No,
guy-
yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
Offensive
the
coordinator, Sean
the
Payton,
defensive coordinator is the guy. The defensive
That you're-
coordinator. The assistant coach is the guy we want, Leonard.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but they can't interview. They can't interview yet with anybody. But like I
No.
told my buddy, he was like, man, I'm so worried we're not going to be able to get the guy I want. I don't think we're sitting here to wait. Like, I don't think we're just sitting here wasting our time. I think they know that he's interested in the job. Like, he has some interest. Packers have some interest, and we just got to wait until, unless we want to get fined.
Nobody's interested in the Packers.
Arizona didn't.
Unless we want to get fined.
Arizona didn't wait, and they ended up getting fined for it with their coach Gannon, and and then he turned out to like win 13 games in 4 years, and he's terrible as a head coach. I think he's one of those that's a good coordinator, but can't be head coach in the NFL.
Well, and
There's a lot of them though.
Yeah, that's
There's a lot
that's
of those guys.
Vance Joseph, I think, is that. And I remember when they were like, he's interviewing for a head coaching job. I'm like, dude, you're bad at head coaching. Like, just stay and make a lot of money. How about that? Just make a lot of money.
I think if y'all win, if y'all move on, I think he might stay.
Yeah, he probably would. I think he likes the guys. He's from here. I think he played for the Buffs. So like, in college. So I mean, I could see him staying. I think our quarterback coach might head out, which does worry me a little bit with Bo, but I think with Sean Payton, I think that's his whisperer right there. So
Well, I wonder where Sean McDermott. I haven't heard much noise about where he's been interviewing at. A lot of people liked him in Buffalo. Do you agree with that they're firing? Like, a lot of people, to me, that I've seen, there's a lot of blowback of firing Sean McDermott. He was there 9 years, couldn't get over the hump. I think it's time to move on. I think that's an okay firing. I do think the ownership coming out, like we talked about a little earlier, calling their own player out that's still on the team and all this stupid crap was.
Yeah, they got to trade him now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is dumb, but I do think firing of Sean McDermott was okay. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I don't think you can be mediocre for that long and just keep on keeping a job. Look how long the damn Cowboys hung on to Jason Garrett, where they almost lost me as a fan because I was like, I can't watch this bullshit no more. I can't do it.
Mediocrity right there. I can't believe he got a head coach. He got an interview for the Tennessee Titans. I'm like, what do we? You want to be 8-9 every year, 8-8?
Well,
And,
well, they picked it number 1 overall last year, and they're rebuilding again. So, I mean,
an organization that fires coaches and doesn't give them a shot, you're never gonna have success. Never.
Look at the Jets.
Never. Like the Jets.
yeah, but look at the freaking Steelers. I mean, they say he stepped down, but I mean, I think they were done with them too. I mean, every year they had a winning record, but when you can't make it over the hump, like you said, you got to get rid of them. You can't you can't just stick with that.
It was we're gonna move on, but let you step down and make it look better. PR move, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I said it. If they lose the playoff game, they're getting rid of Mike Tomlin, and it's the expectations of the franchise, like just like Jeff with the Yankees, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Steelers, those type of franchises. They don't settle for, oh, we won our division, yay! No, your expectation is Super Bowl. And if you won a lot of regular season games and you made a lot of playoffs, but they didn't win a playoff game in 10 years. That's all right. It's time to move on. And that if
you got to go.
If they fired LaFleur this year, I would not have been surprised. He's been there 7 years. Can't get over the hump, it seems like. They brought him back. I'm thankful because I look out there and go, well, I don't think there's anybody on the market right now that's better than him offensively. He's a good offensive mind. I'm glad we brought him back.
Yeah, Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
you're going to bring McCarthy in as offense coordinator and Jason Garrett as the head coach. There you go.
Brian would have lost his mind.
Oh,
that's a match made in hell. I wish that would happen for Brian.
Ryan Sims texted me and he goes, oh my God. I said, what? He goes, the Packers just signed Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator, and he
Yes.
sent me this thing that said it. And I was like, "That's fake news. Get out of here, you jackwagon!" But it was pretty funny. I heard a report too, and this is kind of interesting. With so many head coaching jobs out there, that Mike Daniels turned down the Cleveland Browns job to be a coordinator for the Chargers.
I would have too.
He's like, "Nah, I don't want your head coaching job. I'd rather be a coordinator somewhere else. You can take that job and stick it." I'm like,
He wants
"Oh,
to be over there at the Browns.
I mean, I'd do it right now. I mean, the money's good.
Have y'all seen the trend that goes all around like on TikTok and stuff where they say I'm gonna pass the phone to, and then they say like something.
Yeah.
I saw one today, and it was like, I'm gonna pass the phone to someone who effed the whole football team, and they handed the phone, and it goes, "Hi, I'm Matt Eberflus."
I've seen that, but it's hi, I'm CJ Stroud."
Oh,
I saw the Eberflus one, and I was like, "That's awesome," because he just fucked us completely.
Yeah, he was terrible.
I guess one of the things that why does this keep happening to these like coaches that come in and they don't really have the success? We go into the Ravens and it's like they've had some success, but they still have this weird thing where they can't get over the mark. You talk about Tomlin, yeah, he can't get over the mark. Some of that comes down to they're great at doing what they're supposed to be doing, and as a team that I have seen coaches come in that are defensive focused, big time. They build an amazing defense, but our offense was garbage, and they couldn't figure out the quarterback situation, and they couldn't figure out the offensive line problem, and they couldn't figure out the running back problem, and it was just horrible. Putting bad coordinators in positions to call it was just bad. And then then we had the other worst case scenario, which was freaking Josh McDaniels. And he just didn't know what to do, trading people for nothing, picking people in the draft that didn't make a lot of sense. Just weird stuff like that. So I think when it comes to like Harbaugh and like even Tomlin and why Tomlin struggled, I think he could put a team together. I just don't think he knows how to get the offense together. I don't think he knows how to draft pick. And if they were letting him just pick draft picks, I think that's the problem, and that's probably why he had great. I mean, we talked about it time and time again. Every time I think of the Steelers, I always think of defense. I'm like they have a good defense. Offense, yeah. I don't know. Like,
the Steelers really since Roethlisberger has just, they've been on a quarterback carousel, and if you don't find a quarterback, a lot of times you don't win in the league.
And that could cost you your job. That could be that mediocre. We don't make it. We just can't get over the mark, and that could be why. Like, their defense is good. They can get you somewhere, but you got to be able to have a decent quarterback play. I'm not saying perfect, but something good.
And in today's NFL, though, we've gave the players so much power as well. Like the Ravens owner and general manager were saying about, we're bringing in Lamar Jackson to find our new head coach, and we're bringing him into the process and blah, blah. You look no further than the Cowboys. When you start letting a player pick too much of the stuff around him, I hope Micah Parsons helps y'all pick some defensive players in Green Bay, because you want to talk crap about Parsons. He got us one of the worst people we've ever got with Mozzie Smith playing like trash. So you can't let the players. Yeah.
No.
You need a GM to pick the players. You can't have your damn owner picking players like us. You need a GM to be picking players. You need coaches to coach. You need a head coach that has some coordinators around him that know what they're doing, and it's all a cohesion of different people. You can't have somebody trying to do it all. Yeah, it really does.
Coaching matters most in the NFL, and you better have some guys. If your head coach is the offensive, you better have a really good defensive guy that you
for sure
together with. And,
you need that. Mm-hmm. You need that yin and yang. You need someone you trust to call plays. I think as a head coach, you have to delegate. Like, you can't try to put it all on your shoulders and say it's all on you, because if you don't pick the right people around you, then you're screwed. You just screwed yourself.
Do you think it's better to be the head coach and have like an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, and just be over both of them?
I don't believe a head coach can do that in today's NFL. I think you have to either be the defensive guy or the offensive guy, because look at Philly. That coach gets so much hate because he's neither. What is he actually doing?
He's
and
the
he's not good at time management.
He thinks he's the
Well,
offensive guy.
that's what Coach McCarthy. I mean, in Dallas,
He made the tush push, so
he wasn't off. He wasn't calling offense. He wasn't calling defense. And you're like, what do you do? Because your time management sucks. Well, I mean, what do you do on this football team? I do think you have to do one or the other. And
Yeah, in today's NFL, you have to.
100%. And you know, I want to go on a Green Bay little tangent here, but I won't because you guys don't care. So,
well, I'm sure Bearskin cares.
Bearskin Fields.
Bearskin.
He's on here.
All right, a little light tangent. My problem with the Packers is, and I don't think it's head coach problem. I think it's
a Packer problem.
It's our players. You got Rashawn Gary, who's paid a lot of money to get after the quarterback. He didn't have one sack or one tackle for loss from week 8 on, and then he comes out to interview. I played great this year. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. What? You have
in his mind he did, Brian. In his mind he did.
You have Nixon, who gets beat left and right, almost like Diggs, and he comes out after the end of the season. I played great. I reached all my goals this season. I swear to God, I hope someone in the locker room is telling them how bad they were, how bad they're playing. You're not living up to what the hell you're supposed to be doing. We're flabbergasted. I'm like, I want Gary off this football team. Nixon needs to go. And I know you got, huh?
I think the problem with that is this generation of players, like the older players, they had that mentality and stuff. And some of the newer players coming in now, it seems like they have that mentality again of like hard-nosed football players. But that middle generation, they're just very soft. It was the way of the world at the time. And they're just, they don't hold each other accountable.
Micah Parsons came out the other day, and he's going to have to be the leader of the locker room. And he's sitting there saying, we got to play better. We got to be better than this. And I'm like, I really I hope you bring that to this team, because we need some of that. Because what I'm hearing from our players that haven't done anything this season, that have underperformed, and I'm just flabbergasted. Like,
they were just happy to be in the playoffs, Brian. They were happy
they need some dog
playoffs.
in them.
That was one of Jerry's biggest problems with Micah. Like the parts that came out that actually like make sense, that he said was one of the biggest problems with Micah was, if I'm going to play a player that much money, they have to be a leader. So I'm happy that he's stepping up and doing that, because he was everybody's friend in our locker room, and he wasn't doing none of that. He wasn't holding no one accountable. He was all about fun and let's kumbaya. But if he's turning the nose, I mean, that's the only thing Micah Parkinson was lacking, is that dog in him. So if that's what he's doing, hell yeah, that's going to be very good for y'all. And I hope so. I mean, I hate the Packers, but I mean, I hope so for Parsons.
Yeah,
I still like Parsons.
And I was like, man, that's good to hear, because we need someone in there to kick some ass. And maybe it's
it's good you said you said that you like Parsons. I know a lot of Cowboy fans are like, that's it, he was garbage trash. It's like,
he wasn't garbage.
The thing is, the Cowboys fan base is the most delusional losers in the world. Like, it is very hard to be a Cowboys fan, because I don't agree with none of them. We were at games and getting in fights with our own fans, because I call it how I see it 100%. So they're sitting there, I'm like, damn, Diggs just committed pass interference there, and we're at the game. They're like, don't say that. I'm like, the refs aren't going to hear me. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'm just calling it how I see it.
The refs like, what, Lee? That's it.
Throw the flag.
I'm like, shut up for real. Like,
he's like right here.
I call it 100% like I see it on every play, every down. It doesn't matter. I can't watch the games with anyone besides Steven, because I rewind stuff over and over. I'm like, yeah, that should have been a penalty on us right there. I'm very annoying to watch games with, because I call it 100% down the middle. And I don't see no other Cowboys fans do that. They're so, I mean, every year's our year. It's the same bullshit every year.
My dad's
it's
like
so
that.
annoying.
My dad's like that. He for 25, I told Brian, for 25 years, I kept hearing how many times they were going to the Super Bowl. And literally for 25 years. Man. And I'm like, Dad, okay. But yeah, no, I get it. I do the same thing. I see a play and that's from the Broncos, and I'm like, yeah. And if there's a flag, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, it is what it is.
It's like when Brian first asked us to if we wanted to do this, and I was like, it's gonna be so hard because I don't give an F about the offseason at all. Like, it's just because I am a Cowboys fan that every year it's this guy's in the best shape of his life and this guy looks awesome. And they had fat ass Lyle Collins who is he's a 98 in Madden and he's actually passed Tyron Smith and he's one of the best tackles in the NFL, and then he shows up and doesn't play and gets put on PUP because he's too fat to practice. And I'm just like, I'm done. I refuse to watch off-season stuff anymore.
That boy too big.
I'm like, I don't do it.
We heard how great Zeke looked in off-season. Man, that's the best shape he's ever been in. To average 2.9 yards a carry. Okay.
I just can't get that shit.
Quite a large fall off when Zeke. I was like, dang, that was quick.
Okay, we had Eddie Lacy. Cheeseburger Lacy couldn't stop eating. He ate himself out of the NFL. I'm like, my God.
Hey, we had Felix Jones before that who couldn't get out of the buffet line. He entered the league at 208 pounds and left the league at 298, and he was a running back. It's like, what the hell is wrong with these people, man?
He became a fullback really quick.
Oh,
he was a fullback. He wasn't a fullback.
He
went from running back to center. He went from running back to center. It's like, whoa,
running back.
Hey. In all fairness, technically, Zeke went from running back to center. One of his last plays with the Cowboys.
He got blasted so bad
in that playoff game.
That playoff game
Greenlaw
blasted.
Greenlaw said, "Oh, you're going to put Zeke at center? Watch what I do to him."
Laid
I was
out
watching a video with Zach Martin about that, and they were like, "What the play was supposed to be was this." He was like, "Look over, Zeke was on the ground." Like, well, because that's not going to happen.
It was supposed to be a bubble screen to Zeke, and they thought they'd hide him as center, and he just got blown up.
Yeah.
That was Jason Garrett, right? Or was that McCarthy? Either way, it is stupidity. They both suck, so who cares?
That was terrible. I hope.
Jerry Jones. It's probably some shit.
I think there was a video. I think it was on social media. Somebody edited that to where as soon as Zeke got hit, he flew, and then it showed him tumbling into space. I was like, oh man.
The irony.
Vince at times. Jerry Jones is the one calling our plays because our playbook hasn't changed in years. I'm pretty sure he's the one just calling the plays, man.
They come in and he hands them a book and says, "These are the only plays you can call." That's it.
It's his playbook from Arkansas days.
It's the green book from the water boy.
We ran these. I won the national championship with these.
Yeah.
I'm a very sarcastic person, but I 100% think that Jerry Jones sometimes calls down to the sideline. He's like, we're winning this game too much at this time, and we're all about the ratings, so let them score a little bit. And I'm like, because the Cowboys can never win something comfortably, even against a bad team. It's because Jerry only cares about the ratings, so let's just keep the ratings going.
Green Bay seems to do that too. You're like, oh, God,
it's so frustrating, man. Put a bad team away, man.
The irony of the Steelers kicking out their coach who couldn't get over the hump and hiring Mike McCarthy who can't get over the hump.
Hey,
he did though.
He has a bigger hump. He has a hump.
He has a Super Bowl.
He a bigger coach. He got the humps.
Oh, he won a Super Bowl same time as Mike Tomlin did around that same time, and then they had never won again.
They played each other. They were against each other in that game.
Yeah, that's right.
I joke with my wife all the time because that year I got married and my team won the Super Bowl. I was like, babe, we're gonna have to get divorced so we can get married again and my team can win.
You gotta go find a new wife. Sorry, Janet. You gotta go get a new wife.
I tell my buddies, I'm like, I gotta do it. Dedication for the team, baby.
I put the Dallas Cowboys in my wedding vows, and then now I'm actively trying to convince my son not to be a Cowboys fan.
I'll send him some Packer gear. Give me your address.
Oh gosh,
that's just bad.
All right, guys. Well, we've almost been on here 2 hours. It's been great conversations. I don't know. Craig,
I'm glad y'all got to talk to me. You're welcome.
Thanks for jumping on, Lee. And
yeah, thanks for coming on.
When you do this more during the regular season, and but
the draft episode is going to be kind of wild, so that's always fun.
No, it won't because I don't have a first round pick, so it's going to be kind of boring.
We got two.
Cowboys have two.
Yeah, we got two.
You have my first round pick, Ryan Sims has been rubbing in my face. I can't wait to use your first round pick. I'm like, oh God. I still take Michael Parsons, so it's all right.
Yeah.
as long as he's got his ACL attached.
Yeah.
There was our season in Denver, Jeff. You fuck God. Season over. All right, guys. Well, I agree. Thanks for your time, guys. We'll be back on next week as we see who wins these games. We'll talk about it. Well, then we'll discuss the Super Bowl and go from there. But
we went live. Did we go live at it? No, we didn't go live in any games this year. So
we did not. We did not. We did not. We did. Well,
last year we did the playoffs a couple times.
We did the playoffs a couple times, so we've been slacking on that one. But Texas might not have power over the weekend because our storm blowing in. So we'll see if we can even watch the games. Right, Jeff, you might have to tell us.
It's going to be. I think by halftime, wind chill of 0 degrees here. So
you might have to tell us what happens because we might not even see it.
Old school, get the old radio out.
I'll drive by the stadium. I'll be like, "Can you hear the crowd?"
Yes, get closer.
That sounds like short weather to me.
Here it's dry, so it kind of, if the sun's out, kind of.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, God bless, and remember,
keep it outspoken.